watching 13 Reasons Why. This is episode 2 of season 1. Hopefully, guys enjoyed the first episode, which was very interesting. I've got to be honest. You know, I was guessing all episode, is Hannah alive? Is she dead? I mean, I'm assuming she's dead, but a little part of me kind of thinks that she's alive. I have no reason why to believe that. We've seen her mum and dad absolutely devastated, emptying the locker out. We've seen Clay listening to the tapes, obviously confused and sad as well. You know, we've got the flashbacks which shown like Clay pretty much kind of in love with her. You know, we only had episode 1, but it was a good introduction. You know, we started the episode, no messing about. Clay stood in the school corridor. He was looking directly at a memorial of her locker, pretty much. Everybody has stuck pictures on there. And we got the introduction, pretty much, of her narrating it, saying, this is the story of my life, or like how my life become close to ending, or something like that. And then, obviously, we had it fully like played out, well, episode 1 anyway. You know, he got home from school and he had some tapes delivered to his house. Now he's confused, didn't really know what was going on, but he's opened it up, he's played it inside obviously the old cassette player, and he's found out that she's left a pretty much like map story about what's led her to this situation of her dying, you know. And it's well intriguing as well. Clay's trying to figure out, you know, why is he involved. She did say on the tapes that every single person's name that was mentioned, you know, it's going to have something to do with them, the story. So he's trying to figure out what, you know, like what's going on. He's well confused. He's crashed his bike. He's scratched his head. You know what I mean? He's all busted up. And then obviously he's ended up following the map and gone and sat and looked at like a park playground. And this is where a story was laid out. You know, we went into the past. We seen her kind of flirting with Clay at work. You know, them two worked together. It looked like at a cinema. And she invited him to a party as well, which they went to. And she's kind of like buttoning his shirt down, saying he looks better, ruffling his hair. And I kind of read the situation like she was kind of into him. But turns out she was interested in someone called Justin, you know. He was a friend's boyfriend, and then she moved away and gave it a green light to obviously start going out with him, which she did. They ended up going on a date, and, you know, they was in the park, exactly where he was sat looking at the playground. She ended up sliding down the slide. He was taking some pictures of her, and they started kissing. Now, obviously, his hand tat is creeping up her leg a little bit, but we didn't really see anything else. We just heard her narrate saying nothing happened, only a kiss. Only a kiss. And then we went into the next day of the backstory, and he was at school showing his mates this thing that happened. You know, it was a picture of her upskirt as she was sliding down, and obviously everybody put 2 and 2 together. One of his mates sent it out to the whole entire school, and a rumour spread. Clay kind of fell into that as well. You know, he kind of gave her the cold shoulder. He wasn't really like friendly and nice to her when she sat down at lunch, and she even acknowledged that it hurt her feelings. And then as she was leaving, we had a narration again saying, you know, this is where one of the days that was supposed to be one of my most remembered days of my life, my first kiss, pretty much become the start of the end. So it's very fascinating, honestly. Really, really intriguing. And that was only tape 1, side 1, I think. We're going to get tape 2 now or something. Madness, mate. Really, really excited. Can't wait for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. If you do, please smash a like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump in to episode 2 of season 1 of 13 Reasons Why.
So glad you're still listening. Are you having fun? You must be wondering who's next and why. Maybe you did something cruel. Or maybe you just watched it happen. Maybe you didn't even realize you were being cruel. Maybe you didn't do anything at all. You know exactly what you did. And after these tapes, you'll never forget it. I'm still dead.
I'm still dead. Emphasising that one. So, what was interesting there, we've just gone from her quitting, yeah, to saying maybe you didn't notice that I was kind of upset or something, to like another clip of them kissing. Very interesting.
Clay, you're gonna be late. I made breakfast. Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm alive. Door closed.
I have to be able to see you to know you're alive. It's a minimum requirement.
You heard my voice.
Shower, then breakfast. Downstairs, please.
Guys winning, mate. Free breakfast made for him.
Friendship. It's complicated. But don't worry. You won't go through this alone.
Don't bleed in.
But fear not. We'll get through this, step by step, tape by tape.
Yeah, his mate's outside the house again. Well, is it his mate? I don't even know, mate. The guy's working with the other... Well, Hannah. Oh, that's interesting. The guy's seeing things now.
You don't drink coffee.
I don't need
I do.
breakfast either, so.
So, how'd your project end up last night with Tony?
Yeah, it's this oral history project.
About like students who came before us and stuff.
Dr. Ellman said you could have them available if needed.
They're not. I gotta go. I need to get ready for school.
Don't forget your lunch.
Yo, his mum's made him a big spread. He didn't even eat any of it. And now he's got lunch. You guys winning.
There might have been a more subtle way to introduce the idea.
I can guarantee that one of the reasons that you're still listening is that you really want to know who are the others. And of course, they're going to learn about you too. They haven't already.
The thing is, though, his story wasn't bad in the first episode. No, he didn't really do anything.
So keep your wits about you. It's all part of the game.
Justin here? Justin Foley?
He better be here for this pep rally today. So if you see him, tell him his ass is gonna be running suicides until the lights go out. Justin, any kind of trouble?
I don't know.
Okay, enough with the small talk. It's time to meet the star of Tape 1, Side B. Step up, Jessica Davis. You're
Jessica
next.
Davis.
Hey, where the hell is Justin?
I don't know, Jess.
Did you see him last night?
Yeah, he was at practice.
Then why won't he answer my calls or my texts?
I'm sure he'll be there.
Oh, you're sure? What you listening to, Clay?
Oh, it's like
Miss
they all
Davis.
know. Oh. Well, that one there, she said that she wants to go and speak to Justin. She's been called into the office. Now, he was called into the office last episode and kind of like left in there. And him and, you know, Clay and Justin crossed paths kind of in the corridor. And Justin didn't look in the best of ways. Kind of looked like he was scared or sad or something. And now she's panicking. It's kind of like they want to get the stories together.
I saw you and Coach Patrick this morning. You were looking for Justin?
Have you seen him?
No, but Jessica's a bit free. This is her first event with the squad, and her roundouts are a bit shaky, so...
Oh, that's worrisome.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, are you sure you're okay?
He's confused. Last episode this happened.
I'm trying to be. You and Hannah were friends. Did she ever tell you? Did she ever say anything about me?
God, no. No, Clay, she liked you so much. We should get coffee or something sometime.
Well, last episode, this girl kind of hugged him, didn't she? And I was concerned for him as well.
My dear students, come in.
You're both new to Liberty, and I thought it would be good for you to know each other. Think of it as a friendly face in a crowd until you get your bearings.
So, just to be clear, we should smile at you in the hallway, too.
Sure, I'd love that.
Mrs. Antilli, I'm sure Hillary is awesome, but...
If we're gonna be great friends, you should probably know my name is Hannah.
Crap. I already got your best friend necklace engraved with Hillary.
See the senses of humor on you, too.
Seemed alright, to be fair. Their personality seemed to be okay. Oh, it's Justin.
I haven't seen one of these in a long time. What you listening to?
Old music. Duran.
Duran.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good stuff, man. Listen, Clay, I would like to talk to you sometime about Hannah Baker. I understand what happened, and I know you guys were friends. You worked together, right? Come by my office and we'll just talk sometime, all right?
Hazel, hey.
Are you following me?
I'm ahead of you. Where are you going anyway?
Home. I live on Bristol.
I'm going to Monet's for hot chocolate.
Thus began the story of Monet's. The story of a friendship.
I leave friends behind every 2 years. We're always moving. I had this friend, Amy. I told her everything, including my whole series of embarrassing sex dreams featuring various Avengers.
And of course, it ends up getting around your new school.
And gets completely twisted.
So you end up that girl.
Hey, Jessica.
What, Clay?
Why are you avoiding this reporter?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You took off when you saw him. What happened to Justin? Why isn't he here? You're together, right?
Yes, we're together and we're fine, okay? Thank you, Clay.
I didn't mean to.
Forget it. Don't believe everything you hear.
Oh, that's in reference to the tape. But well, see, the thing is, right, did she not say, when he got the tapes, did she say that there was more than one issue? Like, when I got the impression in episode 1 is, he got one set of the tapes and it was a second set. And now, what she said to him is, listen to all of the tapes and then pass it on to the next person. And if he doesn't do that, then the other person that has the other set of the tapes will release it. But now, it's kind of making me think that she has listened to the tapes already. She might have got them before Clay, and she's passed it on to him. Who knows, honestly? Like, don't believe everything that you hear on the tapes, you know. Because the truth is, yeah, and I am going to stick up for her saying that, is there's two sides to every story. Every story, unless it's a book and it's fictional and somebody's just made it up. But in a real life scenario, two sides. Now, you can't get or ask questions about Hannah's side because it's her point of view and she's portraying it. Do you know what I mean? So he's either got to take it as face value or he can question it but he can never counter it and get an alternative answer from her. So you can listen to it, accept it, don't, but don't take everything as it is.
For a while, we were the kind of friends you wish you had. We did disgusting things like shop together and compare what we bought.
We got a stalker. Where?
3 o'clock.
He's checking you out.
He's checking you out.
No, you, and he's cute.
Both of them. Pressure.
Hey.
Hey, we saw you staring at us and wondered which one of us you were checking out.
You should at least explain why you're sitting alone.
My friend thinks that makes you weird.
Sitting alone because I just moved here? I don't know anybody.
Okay, Alex, stand all. We're prepared to invite you to our table.
Okay, thanks. What am I in exactly?
If you have to ask, you don't know.
Well, yeah, that's why he's asking. Isn't it?
Not so fast, young man. You're wanted at the office.
Why? What for?
Surprisingly, they don't send a complete explanation. They send a summons.
Attendance alerts?
You need to make sure you are marked present by all of your teachers, and first 2 weeks they have to note your participation. Another doctor's note, Alex.
Oh, he's still there at the school.
Hey, man. Hey, Clay. How you doing? How are you doing?
Not good. Hot chocolate.
There was nothing 2 hot chocolates and Alex's coffee drink de jour couldn't fix.
Got put in remedial math because my math from my old school's not the same math they have here.
Your dad's a cop? And you go shooting with him? With guns? Well, how did I not know about this? I love a man in uniform. I would like to meet your father.
You need friends. Even just hot chocolate friends, especially when your life goes to shit.
This would be good to see you backs her up.
Day after day, drink after drink.
Fuck Justin.
Yeah, you don't even have to talk about it.
3 drinks against the world.
I'm working my way through the menu.
That's pretty good, that, actually. That's well good.
Searcher.
My dad's being deployed again.
She's still here, though, in the present.
Famel forever.
You're right, that looks good in the back there. And do you know what, right? If you did go to, say, Starbucks, Cafe Nero, wherever you go get your drinks from, a lot, then working through the menus a pretty sick idea. I've worked through the menu in Nando's. You know what I mean? Like, I've pretty much had everything on there, you know, go through, try all the chicken, all the wraps, all the burgers, see which one you like. And so, I mean, I think that's a great idea. Now, you got to feel for people like her, you know, her dad's moving away, well, works in the military, and he's always, or the Air Force, or whatever she just said, he's always getting deployed left, right, and centre, and sometimes he has to move to new towns. It does take a toll on people, do you know what I mean? Like, imagine you having to up and leave all your mates when you was in school, and just drop yourself in a new one, and then a year later, up, drop yourself again into a new one. It is hard, but it's interesting to see that, obviously, her in the present seems to know kind of like what the tapes are rocking with. You know, she kind of said to Clay, don't believe everything that you say. And this guy's still here in the present as well. He's in the school. Clay's asked him something. How you doing? He's like, well, how do you think I'm doing? How are you doing? And Clay's like, well, not very well. That's what he was going to say anyway. He kind of, it's like a dumb question because obviously they're both doing terrible.
1 + 1 + 1 is not a simple equation. Alex was the first to stop coming. We were still friendly in the halls, but that's it. But then Jessica stopped coming too, or so I thought.
Oh, that's well unexpected.
That shit'll kill you, you know.
You got a salad from McDonald's, the people who make the Big Mac.
That's true.
Can I ask you a super needy, when did I become this kind of girl question? Do you think I could ever be as pretty as Jessica Davis?
Okay, now she's well pretty already.
Thanks, got it.
Well, oh no, I just, you're special.
Special, like retarded.
Say retarded? Wait, how did this conversation go so wrong so fast?
It's how you socialize. I keep thinking you're some different kind of male. Clearly, there's no such thing.
He wasn't fast enough, mate. He wasn't as fast as me. He should have just said, wow, you're beautiful already. Did I say that? I can't remember what I said now, but she is. She don't need to compare herself to Jessica. Do you know what I mean? Both of them really good looking.
You're here?
No, I'm animatronic.
You don't work one phase.
I'm covering for Karen. Put it away. Look at us having a designated best friend who works at the movies if you can't get in for free.
Hey, you work Wednesdays?
Covered this. Jessica can fill you in.
Can I have a ticket?
So, could I get one?
$10, please.
Hey, that's interesting. Yo, Jessica can't be mad at that, mate. They clearly planned it so that she didn't see them.
Our varsity basketball team is kicking off its preseason today, and by Liberty tradition, I'm happy to welcome to the podium the winner of this year's Captain's Award on Bryce Walker.
Bryce Walker. Look at this guy, he must be well talented.
This year's starting lineup: Willem Barclay, Zach Dempsey, Justin Foley.
Oh, he's not there.
How could you do this to me? Can you call me back, please, or at least text me?
You know about the tapes?
I will say it one more time. Keep your mouth shut.
Jess,
Back off, Clay. Leave me alone. What? We need to talk.
Hey, Clay. What's up, man? Yeah, we're gonna go hang at Bryce's. You should totally come.
You all right?
Yeah, thanks.
You sure?
Have they listened to the tape before him? See, right, what's interesting about that is, like, people are engaging with him that seems like never engaged with him before. Like, last episode, that girl went over to him. Did she give him a kiss on the cheek and hug him and then wave to him in class? And then these guys are paying attention to him as well. And it's just like everybody's, like, you know, showing weird vibes around him. I don't know, it's interesting.
Know the rumors, Hannah.
You can't know rumors. You can hear them, but you can't know them.
How could you betray me like that?
Like what? What did I do?
Maybe I was afraid of something like this.
Something
What's
like what?
happened?
You needed it to be my fault. So it was my fault.
Enjoy it. Because you will, won't you? Because that's what sluts do.
Fuck you. It's complicated.
They've done well making her look like run down and like depressed.
Why did you and Hannah fight? I don't get it.
Of course you don't, you're a guy. She's the one who stopped coming, not me. She's the one who ended our friendship, and she knew it.
Can I ask you something? Zach and Marcus really wanted to give me a ride just now.
Were they on the tape?
That's never happened before. Any idea how I acquired these new friends?
But they're not your friends.
Maybe it's trying to get some info for Justin or something, because they are mates with him, aren't they? But why would you lie about those tapes? I.e., the person not coming to, you know, have a coffee. She was saying that first it started with the guy, then it started with Jess, and then she was left on her own, and them two started dating, and obviously that happened in the cinema. But if that didn't happen, then why lie about that one? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? I still don't know which one's telling the truth, not gonna lie.
Official word is he's not here.
Yeah, well, coach is looking for him now, too.
Mate, look how big that house is.
Hey, Jessica's looking for you. She looks bad. Tell her to get her shit together. She's acting like a nut job. She's drawing attention to herself.
Something must have gone down between them all. His mate Defo wants him to play that tape.
Need a refill?
Look.
What is taking you so long?
It's hard to listen.
Of course it is. It's tapes from a dead girl. You remember 7th grade? Those fucknuts stuck your head in the toilet, and I told you that me and my brothers could fix it, and you said sometimes a guy's got to get through things on his own. This is one of those things.
So he's confirmed he's listened to them then, and others have. Oh, it's here.
Fucking asshole!
Hey, come on, hey!
Do that to me! Mr. Porter, what did you tell him yesterday, and why haven't you been at school? You're not telling me something!
What would I not be telling you?
Clay has the tapes now.
I know, don't worry about it.
You could lose your shot at a scholarship.
We'll deal with it, okay? Just chill.
If Hannah was lying, why are you here?
That is good. Because no one else knows about the tape, so only they do. So if she was lying, why is he hiding? Do you know what I mean? It's not as if like everybody else is accusing him. That is a deep question.
Losing a good friend is never easy, especially when you don't understand why you lost them in the first place.
He's always just found lingering. Everyone sees him, don't they? He's just stood there. That's that letter, mate, that she dropped on the table, is it not? We didn't get to see what it said. 1 minute, I'm just going to pause it. Best lips, best tits, best ass, best face, best legs. What does that say? Worst ass. Okay. Who's on there? Hannah Baker. He's on the best ass list. You know? It's not bad, is it? Can't see a name in any of the negatives.
It's nothing. If anything, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
We have no idea what that means or who wrote it or where it came from.
It's Olivia Baker. I'm sorry to bother you again. Well, we found something inside one of the books.
Sure, Mrs. Baker, I can be right over.
Whoa.
Yeah, no problem, yes.
This is well interesting, like, whoa. Mate, that's really interesting. I have no idea how he's got any connection towards Hannah's family. Why is the mum ringing him? You know, we found something in Hannah's locker, something that we're trying to figure out. Maybe you can help us. Sure, mate, I'll be round. He's the one that was kind of given the tapes, or the insinuation was if he didn't listen to the tapes, then he had them and he was going to release them. And he's been consistent. Read the tapes, you know, listen to the tapes. Sorry, think your time for the next one. That's what he said last episode. And today, he's kind of like here again, mate, what's taking you so long? You are the longest one to get through these. He's saying it's hard. Now, it seems like quite a lot of people have had the tapes. Obviously, me being naive thought that he was the first one. But no, it seems like Jessica's had them. You know, Justin's had them. His mates must have listened to him as well. She posed a good question to him, mate. You know, if everything that she said on that tape was false, why are you hiding? Why are you here? You know, why are you not turning up to school? That is a great question. Because right now, not everybody knows what's on those tapes. Not everybody knows the accusations and the stories that are being told. We don't even know it. But if it's not true, then he shouldn't have nothing to worry about, should he? Just live his normal merry way life. No problem. Jobs are good in. But if it is true, then he's going to be, you know, a bit more secluded, bit more, you know, reserved, hidden, laid back, you know, try to like stay away. And he said that it was Jess that was kind of drawing attention to herself. Well, no, mate, you're drawing attention to yourself. You were saying that nothing's not my problem. I'm not there. That's the exact reason why you're drawing attention to yourself. You're not at school. Where's Justin? You're not at the basketball. Where's Justin? Do you know what I mean? You had a meeting in the office yesterday. Not come to school. What's happening? So, by you thinking that being, I don't know, retreating out the way, he's going to, you know, die down. No, mate. He's kind of increasing it because he's actually raising questions. So, again, I thought it was interesting anyway, you know. You got Jessica and Alex there, part of the friendship group that they formed. And then on Hannah's side, she's saying that Alex left, Jessica left, and it left her on her own. Now, she's countered it with him and saying, that's false, mate. She left. She was the one. And then it raises a question. Why would you lie about that specific story? Like, surely it's got to play a bigger factor, bigger part. You know, what impact does that have on the rest of the tapes? And why, if you used to lie about something, would that be the thing that you lie about? Do you know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure out who's telling the truth in that scenario. It's really interesting. Okay, and that's going to wrap up episode 2 of season 1 of 13 Reasons Why. So very interesting. We've had tape 2, side 1 of the tape, whatever you want to call it, played out. And, you know, we ended with Tony going to Hannah's house, meeting her mum. She's kind of called him for information, you know, kind of like gather what's going on kind of with the school and something that she's found inside one of the books. Now, she was saying it's bullying. I could kind of get where she's coming from, but in terms of Hannah's name on that sheet, it was actually a positive. Even her dad kind of said it. She was in the best arse list. And, you know, like, if her name was in the ugly side, for example, then it kind of is bullying. You can fit it into, obviously, all of this story from the leaked pictures to everybody picking on her, writing Facebook comments, like her dad saying. You can't really pinpoint a person. Yes, I know that she's committed suicide. That's the story that's being told. But if you look at it, that you can't, they're trying to look for a person to blame. And if they had the tapes, maybe they'll find that person, you know, maybe obviously, what is his name now? Clay's going to listen to it and he's going to react different to how Jess and Justin and everybody else who's at, you know, Tony has listened to it. Tony's been consistent saying you need to listen to the tapes, and he's saying that obviously Clay's taking the longest out of everybody. But you can see like everybody who's listened to it, how they're acting really strange. Now, I don't know the names of the people, but last episode, a girl come up to Clay. She gave him a kiss and a hug and said, "Is he all right?" And then he kind of like walked past the class and she looked at him and he kind of like waved or something. And then this episode again, there was a cheerleader, not Jessica, a different one, that seen him in the gym, then followed him to the locker. And then she kind of like touched his hand and then said, "Yeah, you know, me and you should go out for a coffee sometime." And then, which again, there's nothing wrong with it, but them two encounters for Clay looked like it was well strained and like he'd never really talks to them people usually, and it's like, what's going on? And then obviously, like you say, different people are speaking to him. So like he left the school, Justin's mates, 2 of them, asking does he want a lift. Now obviously he thought that was weird. It was, and their intentions was not kind of the intentions that Clay was kind of thinking. But again, it's different people engaging with him since he's got these tapes in weird scenarios, and he's trying to get his head around, like, what is happening? Like, what did he want? Why are people speaking to me? Why are people, like, concerned? I thought the story kind of was interesting, to be honest, between Jess and, was it Alex? You know, like, they become part of a three-way friendship group. They was all going to get coffee and you know, hot chocolates all the time. And then from Hannah's point of view, she was telling us that, you know, Alex left, and then obviously Jess left, and then later on, she's seen them together, dating kind of things. And to be fair, in the scenario where she was at work and, you know, she come over and asked for a ticket and she gave it her for free, she was like, yeah, what's the point in having, like, a best mate if, you know, you can't sneak into the movies? But then when he turned up, it's kind of like, okay, it was planned, mate, you know, because she mentioned, thought he didn't work Wednesdays. She's like, covering a shift. And then boom, he's come, thought he didn't work Wednesdays. Yeah, I'm covering a shift. And you're here together? Yeah, that's $10. Do you know what I mean? Because it's clearly they've gone out the way to try and dodge her. And from her perspective, that's hurt her feelings. I get it. That one makes total sense. But then boom, mate. You know, Clay's followed Jess to the coffee shop. He sat down, he's spoken to her. She said she was the one that ended it kind of with us. She was the first to digress, you know, like, don't believe everything that you hear on those tapes. And then obviously, like I said, it raises a question, what the hell, mate? You know, like, if you was to lie, why would you lie about that part of the story? It's not as if, like, it, I don't know, had a negative effect on her. It might have, I don't know. We was getting a story of, obviously, Jesse's dad being redeployed in the Air Force, and, you know, she was sad about that. And then, obviously, she's had an argument with Hannah. She slammed down this this letter, which I actually thought was the letter or the note or whatever that her mum found, but unless that was Alex's. But then, was she mad that Alex had her name in the best arse list? Or she stated that they broken up, and she was like, I didn't know you broken up. And he's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, what's going on there? Literally, we didn't see the paper. Now I'm making assumptions that that paper was that paper that her mum found. And I mean, it's just question after question after question, which I have no problem with, because that means engagement after engagement after engagement. And it just makes you want to watch the next, to try and figure out what's the next piece to the puzzle. And if we can continually do that, keep us guessing all the way whilst feeding us little bits here and there for us to think, what's going on? It's going to be a good season. So, thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.